As the blunt eyes would open as now looking towards Okage among his Jonin sensei, as now looking around as completely turning towards Horizon, the Hokage is I don't know what happened to me. As Horizon would simply say, I don't know what happened to you either. You changed. I've fixed the problem within the seal, but something's wrong with the seal that I can't fix in general. The blonde would simply say, what's gonna happen to me? What is happening to me? Can you tell me that at least? Horizon would simply sigh, saying, I'm not sure. Look, Naruto, I can't really explain to you what's happening to you. Only two people can. And they're not here right now. Technically, three. Who are the three people? Dry of the Sonic, and the other two I cannot name, because you're not ready to know. The blonde simply would wonder. Dry of the Sonic? You mean the Toad Sage of Mount Mayaboku? One of the legendary 3 Sonics that you train personally? Yes, my Genin team. And you have actually encountered one of my students in the Forest of Death. Akonoichi. She was Orochimaru? As Horizon would nod, sadly. Yes, that was Orochimaru. He's gone down this path. I only did it to myself. Now it's affected someone I care about very deeply. You. I'm sorry, Naruto, for not dealing with this earlier. But that form that you took, what's wrong with it? It seems wild, uncontrollable. Can you control it? Oh, the man, number 1. That form is not part of me. It's from the fox. From the Kyuubi. It's chakra. When I was using it to get to Orochimaru. Before he put whatever on me. In a last-ditch effort, I felt the fox starting pushing more chakra into me. I felt overwhelmed. I couldn't even feel myself. I didn't even know I was there. I felt I was be put in the back for a ride, like someone else control my body. The very moment as the chakra, I felt all of my chakra being released inside of me. I felt a connection, not between me and my chakra, but between me and the fox. Between me and the fox's power. I felt it was in control. I felt in control of it all. Every ounce of its power. Every tail. All of its abilities. I knew it. It was memories. It flowed into me. But then, the moment that seal was placed, it severed the chakra. And now, well, I can only assume that because of the chakra, it's incomplete. And this transformation that happens to me whenever I use the fox's chakra, when it merges along with my normal chakra, it's incomplete, basically. As Haruzen was supposed to say, incomplete. Through the memories I can remember through the fox, and what as far as I can saw through the visions, it's the fox's power. It's not as powerful as I thought it was. It's still as powerful as I thought it was, but it's weaker. Old man, was the fox split into half, into two? Hiruzen would be shocked to know that the blonde knew about the fox's sealing, how it was sealed. The chakra showed me the memory of it being sealed, not anything else. I couldn't hear anything. I couldn't see anything. Well, I could, but it was just hazy. I can see enough to recognize these two people, the Yondaime and some woman, which I'm not familiar with. But that's it. I can't remember anything else. Then, well, the seal. And I can feel it, the fox's power being split in half. One still inside of me and the other still inside somewhere else. And I can feel it. I know where it is. It's like a beacon. Old man, I need your permission. I need your permission to go to that area. It's the only way I can really know. Very much. This is the only way I can think about it. First, I'm supposed to say Naruto. I can't let you. It's too dangerous. Gigi, I can't control it. Whenever I use this power, whenever I use my chakra, the fox's chakra is within it. I just whenever I drop on my chakra, the fox's chakra comes. I can't really stop it. And I change into that creature, that thing, whatever it is, thing, and I can't really control it. The only way I can really control it is if I have the other half. I need the other half. Please tell me where it is. Let me go so I can get the other half. Because the more this continues, the more I'm losing my mind. This raw feelings, whatever this is I'm feeling, it's getting worse. Every time I use the power, I'm losing myself. Please. As the blonde begged, Hiruzen could see the pleading in the blonde's eyes was simply sighing. All right, just you and you alone. Got it? The blonde would nod as Hiruzen would tell him the coordinates towards the location, and after preliminaries, they would head out. After the blonde returned, matches went on. The blonde was very exhausted. Everyone was kind of scared of, Naruto. He changed into that creature. Sakura wasn't want to be around him. And Sasuke wasn't even around in general after his match. She getting that curse sealed up. After everything went down, things were, hectic. Hinata was terrified, but also proud of Naruto. She wanted to follow him. She saw that she was in distress, but his chakra was so ominous, evil. She didn't know why. Naruto's chakra was so soothing, so calm, relaxed, bright. But now his chakra is just dark, evil, hatred. She didn't know where this feeling came from. So she tried to follow him, but the moment he entered the village, he immediately disappeared. She looked everywhere, but she couldn't find him. As the blonde after losing Hinata, as whoever was following me, they lost him for now. The blonde would quickly make his way towards the location and behind the Hokage monument. As the blonde would continue making its way towards behind the Hokage monument to a wall side, as simply he'll look around wondering where this entry was to this place. looking and finding it. Immediately, he gathering a small amount of chakra in his fist, sending a punch towards the wall. This cracked the wall as simply brush open. The blind will walk inside. These is where the Hokages were buried. Looking towards around and simply going to the fourth coffin. As opening the coffin and seeing it, this doesn't look like. He looked at the body and saw it. There's so many seals to make so it doesn't just decompose over time. The blonde would look and see immediately what he's looking for on the Yondaime abdomen, the seal. He feel the chakra. But something about the Yondaime felt off. It's like he saw it, the face, the hair. Every time he saw the Yondaime in a picture, he knew that they had something alike. But now seeing him personally, he looked like him, just without, whiskers. The blonde would proceed to lift up his hand. As a glow would emanate through the hand with the blue chakra with red tips, with red outlines in the end of it. Placing his hand upon the seal, he was able to absorb the yin half of the fox's chakra and soul. As doing so, as after absorbing the yin half within the seal, the Naruto seal, the fox would feel it. Its yin half coming back as it grew a lot larger, becoming one once more. But not all of his chakra returned. But the most stupid thing about it is now the large ball of chakra, red chakra, grew in size. Over 10 to 4, 8 to 5 times more bigger than the Hokage monument. As the dark red chakra continued to glow brightly as the fox would growl, seeing that now this has to consume his host's chakra. The past, the time. Didn't really like doing that, but what can it say? The blonde would feel it. He can feel his control as the fox chakra was separated through his own. But he can feel that he can have the two chakras under full control. It's like grabbing both at the same time. Getting it slightly as simply looking at the Yondaime once more as 6 needles off. Me touching the Yondaime's face as eyes would widen. No way, this is me clutching his fist as giving a good punch as it would spell a shadow clone? Wait, that's a shadow clone. Then where's the Yondaime's real body? Could this mean that the fourth is alive? The blonde eyes would narrow as now wanting answers. If the Yondaime's alive, then where is he? That's the only way. In that chakra, it felt familiar through the memories that the Nine Tails had. He automatically knew that was the Yondaime's chakra. No doubt about it. Nothing replicates someone else's chakra. A human being's chakra. Nothing. A human being's chakra signature has its own type of identity. That what makes it, you. The blonde would immediately head out back to Hokage. Kitao would see the old man. He needs some answers. Busting through the door as the blonde would simply say, "All right, spill. Why the hell were there a shadow club right in the Yondaime's place instead of a corpse?" As the reason would stay quiet for a while, simply saying, So he figured it out. It was quite obvious. Natsuno Mikase is not dead, he's alive. As Naruto said simply, he's alive? Then why do people think that he's dead? For the beneficial of his family, for his family's safety. But Yanin had a family? The blonde scratched his head simply. It doesn't feel right. It's simply turning towards the man as saying that he had a family. What does this have to do with me? Why was I chosen to be the Kaibu's Jinchuriki? There had to be a reason. I can't tell you, Naruto. Mr. Rusen says simply. The blonde will growl as walking forward, as slamming his fist on the desk. Why? There has to be a reason why he chose me. There's the one thing that the Yandere would never do. Is never ask someone else to give their child to be the Jinchuriki of Nine Tails. He's not that type of person. Even though I have to admit I might hate him, I do have some animosity towards the man, even though I admire him as much as I do as a shinobi. But as a human being, he wouldn't just give up another child. Just like that. There's a reason why he chose me. I want to know. I can't tell you. Susan says simply, cut the bullshit, old man. As the blonde nails turn to claws as his canines start to turn to fangs. His eyes will start to grow a slit within it. They're still crystal blue, but as Susan will say, Naruto, as Susan says simply. There's a reason. I know it. You can't lie to me. You've lied to me for the past 13 years about my family, about who I am. This time, I'm not going to back down. I will find out why he chose me. It won't feel right if I just let it go this time. I won't back down. Not again. And simply, the blonde will head towards the door. Slamming the door shut as Susan would sigh. Whenever you're coming back, you better do it quickly. I don't think Naruto's gonna wait that long for you. The blonde was going through the streets, just simply growling. Damn it. Of course. He won't tell me. There has to be something that he just can't say. Maybe it's not in his right to say. Well, maybe it's not in his right to mind. He's not in the right to say it. Because, well, he's not the one who sealed the fox within me. So he can't really tell me the reason why. But he has to know it. He's a Hokage for after all. This is his goddamn village. The one will punch the wall simply wondering why the hell does this make sense? Looking at his hands is simply might as well train with this new bloodline. It's heading towards the training grounds. As thinking about that last attack that he did to Kiba, it was similar to the Biju's very famous Bijudama, but downgraded. And similar to Lord Force's signature technique, the Rasengan. Each of them work in the same way. A ball of chakra that, well, completely annihilates the enemy. The blonde didn't know why, but all three of these techniques somehow connected to Biju. She was at him, stopping us, looking around. He's in the training ground right now. Okay. Stopping to think about it. As remembering what the fourth, his notes, remembering about some of the things he learned about the fourth, They went on down a bit on the jutsus of each of the Hokage's jutsus. Like the Divine Thunder God. That was the Kenjutsu. He didn't know what to do about ceilings. He wasn't really good with ceilings, so he was good. He just never went into it. But now thinking about it, it's the fourth jutsu is known as a ball of chakra that just rotates. A ball of chakra that rotates. The blonde thought about it, and was thinking about it, it started to plan, started to see it. As now thinking about how the beach dome was formed, what technique he used. And simply now thinking about it, is now coming up with an idea. He had to name his own techniques, right? So, that technique that he used against Kiba, what he's gonna call it? We can't call it the BG Dama. It's different, but it's the same. Nor the Rasengan. The blonde didn't know what to call it, simply as it was something within a lightning nature. Lightning. As a name came into his mind, but didn't sound cool at all. As he continued thinking about it. Spiral bomb? No, that's too trash. What can I use? The blonde think. Chaos torrent? The blonde thought about it. I was thinking about the move. It kind of fit. The nine Tesla chakra is kind of chaotic, and it causes chaos. Chaos torrent sounds pretty good, not gonna lie. Let's simply think about it as taking it, good enough. The blonde would now think about the Rasengan. It could be a very useful jutsu in his arsenal. Looking at his hand as thinking about the chaos torrent that he made. It was gathering up between the lightning nature that he got from the bloodline, along with gathering a certain amount of chakra. So doing that, as gathering during his chakras, immediately it started to form. As it would form with particles, as bluish purplish lightning would crack around the ball of electricity. I seen the chaos torrent is how it kind of rotated in a way. As simply looking at his other hand, as top being the jutsu is. So as looking at his other hand, I decided to do it. Gathering this chakra, nothing else. Ship into a sphere. As doing so, it was a lot harder than he thought it was. Okay, shape manipulation. As doing this would start to happen. Also, amount of chakra started bubbling in his hand. As it gathered, as a small light blue ball was to spin. It was light, very light. I can't do both rotation and adding chakra to the technique. I need another set of hands. But how am I gonna get that? As immediate thought came to his mind, the shadow clone jutsu, of course. Making it one clone simply as the clone in him was to do it. Gathering chakra, as one of them would go for the shape manipulation, and the other would go for power. As the blonde was to defeat the jutsu, the power and chakra that it needed, and the clone did the shape manipulation, as they formed a perfect Rasengan. Seeing the blue ball of energy spiraling in his hand, the blonde smiled as he launched just off a tree. As smashing it and seeing what it could do, seeing it was done. Huh, the blonde simply thought about it. Not thinking about it, it kind of worked like the Chaos Torrent. Just the Chaos Torrent doesn't drill into its opponent, drill into its enemies. It, shocks the enemy, but later on explodes. But it's not like the Bijudama. That's when he came up with it. So the fourth design they were saying on after Bijudama. But the Bijudama hits on impact, or explodes on impact. The blind wonder how much that would take to make a ball of chakra explode on impact. Fire. Now think about the fire type jutsus. The thought would come to his mind as simply heading towards there. As simply heading out, as simply walking through the village, as he would hear giggling as he passed the hot springs. The blind would hear the giggling continue as it would take him off, turning towards the giggling as making his way there, seeing a man peeking through a hole. Oh, come on. As simply, yes, the man, yes, ladies, show me more, baby. There's a few more, yeah. That looks good, sexy, baby. That looks good. As the blonde will grab him violently by the collar, is dragging him. Him as throwing him on the ground, simply the man like, what the hell? Seeing the blonde, the young boy, the hell? How did he? As simply the man would get up. Look, kid, I don't have a vendetta against you, but why'd you do that? I'm trying to save your ass, the blonde says simply. Peeking on the women in this village is not a good idea. Trust me, I know. How many times I've seen men picking on these women, especially the Konoichis. It's not fun. I remember one time I only beat on Sakura. Once. She beat the shit out of him that day from the academy. Shivering as, not the best day. He couldn't even walk properly that day. The blonde would say, so, just keeping an eye so you don't get beat to a pulp. As Jiraiya was to laugh. I'm the toast standing kid. I can take anything. The boss asked why did hear this. The toast standing? Hey, can you train me? You're a shinobi kid. Can you do your own training? Yeah, but I'm going for the training exams. And I think you know who I am. So he's not as dumb as he looks. Okay, as Jiraiya says, I know who you are. Naruto Uzumaki, the Jinchuriki of the Kyuubi no Yoko. And now a new root of a certain bloodline, friend of Fox. The blonde will nod. Alright. Fine, I'll train you. Meet me at this training ground in a few hours. Show me what you got, kid. As he would disappear, the blonde would smile, seeing that he found a sensei. He's gonna go ask Kakashi, but this is even better. A signing? Let's go. A few hours later, meeting with the toast signing, I simply say, so, what do you need? I need some training, basically. I'm going to get into a Neji Hyuga. That's not going to be really an easy feat to do. And simply the man would say, well, I have an idea. And doing hands to summoning jutsu. As simply a toe will appear. Sign this contract. The blonde would have taken mark in his head saying, Look, old man, I didn't come for summoning. The toad conflict is awesome and all, but how is that going to help me fight a Hyuga? Yeah, summoning toads is cool and all, but, I need my chocolate for the fights. And I can't be wasting them all off on, summonings. Jiraiya was in First Highness Toad contract, or else I'm not going to do the trading. The blonde Sai has signed the contract in blood, looking to see the Yondame's name. But it's not scratched out. He's still alive. The blonde was supposed to say, "Hey, I have a question. Well, I remember some contracts from the academy. When a wielder dies in some contract, isn't their name crossed out in blood?" As Jiraiya would say, "Yeah, why? Then why isn't the Yondame's name crossed out?" Jiraiya was wide and seeing this as shit. I was wondering, well, don't even bother. I saw the Yondame's shadow clone. What the hell really happened? And don't bullshit like the old man. Yes, Minato Namikaze is alive. He's with his family. That's what I heard from Gigi. My biggest question is, why did he choose me as the Kaimi no Yoko's Juriki? Huh? As Jiraiya was to say, I can't really tell you that, as Jiraiya says. That's basically for him to tell you. Well, clearly, as you see, the blonde says, he hasn't been here for the past 13 and a half years. Jiraiya was to say, yeah, you're right. But we will be seeing him very soon. Sure. The Yonne coming back to Konoha. How exciting. I signed a toad contract. Now what? We summon toads. You're kidding. As the blonde tries to summon a toad, only come up with a tadpole. Now, he tries again and again. Tadpoles. What the hell are what's up with these tadpoles? Okay. So, no matter how much chakra he uses, he's summoning tadpoles. Looks like he's got to use a good tenth of his chakra. As doing the hand size once again, as this would summon in a large puff of smoke, an orange toad, a very large orange toad, with a blue vest and with a gun with a very short, with a very large, very large Sanpacto, as the toad would say, "What the hell? What am I doing here? Jiraiya!" As the toad was to roar out. As Jiraiya would quickly hide behind the tree. Oh, shit. And they would pay off Genbuto's bet that we made. Oh, crap. If he sees me again, I'm going to get killed. And especially about the last one I used for that sake bottles. Where are you? I believe we need to talk. Oi, that's what Blonde says. Huh? What the hell? Who the hell are you? I'm the new summoner, being trained by the mighty Pervy Sage, the blonde says. Oh, so he is here. Where are you, Jiraiya? I know you're around here. Where is he, kid? He's somewhere nearby in the forest, but he wants me to pass a stupid test. Well then, interesting. If you can stay on my back all day, I'll allow you to just keep the toad contract. If you can't, well, you'll be banished from summoning any other contracts. Got it? Alright. Deal, the blonde says. Good. As the deal would go on, as the blonde would make sure to hang on for dear life. Let's just say it was very eventful. And after the full day went by, The blonde only had a few minutes ago, but fell off. Capabilities will look at the blonde, seeing that he's Minato's. Definitely seen the repetitive. The resentance to Minato, knowing that Minato's still alive. So, this is Minato's eldest. Interesting. I wonder what he can do. As putting her down gently as Jiraiya would appear. So you heard from the Elder Toad Sage. Yeah. I was told everything by Enma from Saratobi. I'm interested by this new bloodline that Kyuubi gave after getting itself the 5-pronged seal. I can't really do anything about the seal. Minato's gonna check it out himself. Yeah. You know when he's coming? The second half of the Chunin exams. The preliminary. The finals. Oh, good. We need to have our drink, as I said, when the kids are gonna get born. And you still owe me, Jiraiya. You better pay up soon, or well, I'll have you over your rotisserie. I'm going to say, yes. As the toad would dispel itself as leading. God, I gotta pay up eventually soon, or I'm in trouble. I'm looking towards the blonde, please. Packing up for the night. Okay. The next morning, the blonde will be training, as Jiraiya will help him train. As Jiraiya would say, all right, I'm going to help you control the Ninetales chakra more. I have both halves of the chakra right now, you know that. Yes, so this will make it a lot harder for you to control it. Not really, the blonde says. The fox doesn't even have his chakra. He's basically useless in a way. But I know he's probably getting some of it back by eating mine. By consuming mine, but, that's alright. As Jiraiya was to say, that form that you said that you can take on when you don the bloodline. Can you control it? The blonde would stay quiet for a while, saying, no. I'm not even in control of myself. I think it's between a control between me and the fox. I think somehow he can bypass the seal and control my body. But I'm still somehow awake, Waking around. Hard to explain. Jiraiya was to say, alright, do it. Try using a small amount of its chakra, a small amount of the power. The blonde would try to gather the bloodline's energy as the red chakra was to emanate. As doing just one part of his body, just one. As his hand would shift into the large paw, and it would be a bit bigger than his normal hand. Seeing at the red claws and looking at them, this thing is deadly. Jiraiya would see it, looking at it, simply saying, armor plating along with fur. Interesting. Try shifting fully. I'm not sure I can do that. I'm afraid of what will happen if I shift fully. You're gonna have to take the leap, Naruto. A lot of times when jutsus are created, people have to take the leap before they walk. So run before you walk. I'd rather walk. In the shinobi world, you don't have a chance to walk peacefully. It's taking the leap and taking the risk, or dying. What do you choose? As simply gathering more of the energy, as letting cover his whole body, as in a red glow that he would be in the monster's wolf-like beast size. As simply looking around, as I feel in control, as the blonde thoughts his mind. You're in control? The beast would nod, slowly, as immediately reverting back as in the red glow. I think I only obtained one tail of its power. So should I get more tails as time will go on? Probably. As the blonde says simply. What I fear the most is losing control. Don't worry, you'll be fine, as Jiraiya says. Is there anything else you can teach me? I can teach you the Rasengan. I already know the Rasengan. Jiraiya has to write, how do you? The Bijidama, that's how Yondaime created a Rasengan. That's how he got the idea of it. It's not that hard. And with the move I used from the preliminary exams that I'm sure Gigi told you about, it's basically the same thing. Same steps, just, different in chakra mode. As the blonde used to Kelowna, started the process to make a Rasengan. After a few seconds, he finished, showing up the blue ball of chakra. He got the Rasengan just by analyzing, thinking about the components of each of the techniques that he's had. What is this new technique? I call it Chaos Torrent. It's basically an electrified Bijudama, but it's not. Instead of completely drilling into like the Rasengan does, or just completely annihilating everything, it just shocks the opponent until they die, then explodes if the opponent's somehow still alive and remaining. As Jiraiya was simply say, interesting. Interesting, yeah. Very interesting, Blonde says. I was looking forward. Show me it, as Jiraiya says. Okay. As gathering the amount of chakra he needed, there's a red ball of lightning would have formed in his form. As the Bijidama like lightning ball form as it would form finally, fully. As launching the attack, the red wave of current electricity would rush the trees and completely destroying them all, making a size of a small crater, medium to small crater. You're holding back. Yeah, I'm holding back. If I put at least a good chunk of my chakra, it can completely blow up the whole half of the training field, and probably 2 other training fields as well. It's not something I really want to use in a really small place like this. So it's just a downgrade from the Bijudama. It's one step away from it. Basically, the blonde says. So I gotta teach some other jutsus. Alright. We'll be adding a wind element. Adding an element to the Rasengan. An element? How am I gonna do that? As Jiraiya was to say. Well, I got that handled. 1 month later, as the tuning exams finals would go on, this will be a great day. As Naruto would be waiting for the time. Now everything will be going well. The tuning exam finals are happening, being Konoha as strong as ever before, with his new bloodline. And Naruto's new, processing. It's very interesting. And with a certain guest coming back very soon, as you see all the combatants arrive, except for a few people, at least a few more. As you simply raise up from his seat, as Kage will be right beside him, is saying, "Thank you for coming thank you for coming to Konoha's tuning exams. This year we have some strong contestants. Simply let the matches start." as the very first match would be called Naruto Uzumaki versus Neji Hyuga. As Neji would step into the ring, simply waiting, as now waiting for the blonde to show. As a kunai would appear as a flash, as the blonde would be right in front of them. As everyone would be shocked to see that it was a yandere. The blonde was taking the kunai and simply put it back in his pouch. Neji would be surprised seeing the blonde as, this is Naruto Uzumaki? No, he's still the same dead last. Fate has decided him the loser of this match. I should tell you, Naruto Uzumaki, you should quit before the match starts. Fate had decided you must lose. Yada yada yada, the blonde says. You keep on talking about fate, but we don't really care, the blonde says. As you look at the blonde's appearance, the blonde's hair would be a bit more grown out from last time, reaching more to his chin, with more of his hair spiking up on the left side of his head, and the right being more tamed, but still spiky, with his bangs being a bit longer, along with the same orange jumpsuit under it, top of it being a red trench coat with black flames on it. Think about the Naruto versus Pain fight. That's his outfit look, as the blonde will sip a smile. Come on, that's all you got. Just more taunting about fate and all. Or that's probably all you got. Because you depend on fate so much. And Neji would growl. As the partner would say, Naruto Uzumaki versus Neji Hyuga, are you ready? The two would nod at each other. As he simply put his hand down as they would start to fight. The first thing that Neji would do is start to talk again as the blonde would say, look, I thought this was supposed to be a match. If you're going to continue talking about fate, I don't want to hear it. Okay? Good. Let's just fight. Neji would narrow his eyes as seeing that the blonde was different. As immediately going for a Juken strike. The blonde easily counteracted the attack. Attack by just pushing out the way. As the Hyuga would be shocked. How did he block the Juken strike? It's supposed to hit one of his chakra points. As he continued going for it. Going for his chakra points, but he kept on blocking or dodging them in general. The blonde continued dodging as seeing that these attacks simply way too slow. As simply setting back as allowing the attacker to go past. As simply just throwing a kick as knocking Neji back. As the Hyuga sent flying. The blonde would see that the Hyuga would pretty much not even a worth opponent. Sasuke might be better. The blonde would say, well, is this all you got, really? That's actually really disappointing. Neji would rush towards him again. 64 palms. As the blonde would actually let him get hit. As Neji would place all 64 palms and simply see nothing. No damage, no scratch on him. How? How are you taking the 64 palms? The blonde will simply look as simply saying, seals? Duh. I simply, and also look behind you. As turning towards behind him and seeing a fist in his face that's being launched back into the stadium wall, and then she will be surprised. How is he so strong? As simply be pushing himself out of his own indent, as looking towards the blonde of his body being activated. How? You should be weak. Fate had tied me to whip. As the blonde will have a cut to his neck and saying, just stop, it's over. You say one more thing, move, or even try to do jutsu, I'll cut your throat. That quickly. And I'm not afraid to do it. This is a match where people die. So killing a Konoha Shinobi might not be the thing I might want to do, but this is a world where we all die eventually, or early. So, it's your choice. As the boss says simply, as Neji would say, I forfeit. As they all be shocked, since the blonde won, and he made Neji forfeit instead of defeating him simply. As this is when the host was saying, Naruto wins. As some in the crowd will start to cheer, seeing the blonde that won. As the Hyuga would simply, how did you win? It's impossible. Fate decided me the winner. The blonde would say, you're loud, talking about fate like it's this God. You choose your own fate. Jesus. You know, people call me a failure a lot. And it's because you might have some stupid seal on your head. It doesn't define who you are. I carry a lot heavier burden than you ever thought you could ever known. But I don't allow that to bury me down at all. As the blonde was simply saying, because unlike me, you ain't no failure. As the blonde simply walked towards the stadium once more, saying, all right, see ya. As the blonde says, leaving the Hyuga to think about his words. As the blonde was simply arrived at the top, as Shikamaru was simply saying, I'm impressed. Thank you, Shikamaru. I appreciate that. You good, right? Yeah, I'm good. Hey, Kiba. As Kiba will shiver. I'm under control. Don't worry. You sure? Kiba says simply. It's the last time we've met. You completely almost tried to kill me. Yeah, sorry about that. Bloodline limit, you know? As this one knows what happened, this Hako say, I have and that's for all of you to know. About 13 years ago, the Nine-Tailed Fox attacked the village. And on that day, we lost a lot of lives. We lost many other things. Family members, loved ones. But we lost our dear Yandere Hokage that day. But I have news to give all to you. That is not true. That the Yandere Hokage, Minato Namikaze, is actually alive. Your Yandere Hokage, Minato Namikaze, as a flash would appear inside the stadium, as everyone would be shocked to see the Yandere alive. The blonde would say, holy shit. And that's the Yandere. The bastard who sealed the fox within me. Now seeing the more resemblance between him and the Yandere, it's become very suspicious. As just at least 4 more flashes would appear beside him, as simply eyes would widen as the Yandere would say, hello, Konoha, I am the Yellow Flash of the Leaf. My wife, Kushina Uzumaki, the Redhead Habanero, and my children. I also wanted to come to say one thing. The blonde's eyes was widened. Uzumaki? Hold a phone. What does this mean? To reclaim something that I rightfully forgotten here in the village. As turning around to side and seeing the Yandere. Hello, Naruto. The blonde's eyes are wide and saying, how the hell did you? The Russian, right. As being flashed towards the middle of the stadium. As me, the yonde would say, I have an answer to make. That Uzumaki Naruto is my son. The blonde eyes would widen hearing this, as a lot of the people in the crowd would go quiet, as simply being shocked. Everyone in the Konoha 12 would be shocked to hear that Naruto's the son of the fourth. Sakura would be saying, how is that possible? They look everything alike, but they act so differently. The blonde would be shocked to hear this, as he could hear the fox laughing inside his mind, as the fox would say, well, look at that. A bombshell was just dropped upon you. As the fox would simply say, how do you feel, brat? Shut up. The blonde would shrug off the man's shoulders as he turned towards him, glaring at him, saying, as the Yonde would be surprised at me not to wonder what's wrong with this child, as the blonde would glare, making his way back to the stadium. Bullshit. The blonde would simply say as making his way to leave. He needed to blow off some steam somewhere else. As a lot of people start to crowd, as making his way back to the stadium, as the crowd the arena. Well, that the royal family of Hokages. As one boy, the other boy with red hair, was simply embrace it on smile, with a smile that showed pride and confidence and cockiness of another level. As a older redheaded woman was simply on the ground, where's Naruto? As she simply says, he left, as Naruto says. Kushina would glare at her husband and simply saying, I told you that he would react like this, but he didn't listen to me. I'm sorry, Kushina. Let's go find our child. As she would nod as they would disappear in a flash. I was finding their son's chakra signature simply as he would be in a training ground field. As they would appear in front of him, as the ball would say, what do you want? Naruto, Tsuchi, as Kushina says, don't call me that. Because number one, I'm not your son. Number two, you're the Namikaze family. Remember, I'm Uzumaki. And number three, you abandoned me to this village for 13 years of hell. Sealed the goddamn knife inside of me. And expected me to be okay? To be honest, you should know how Jinchuriki feels. How its pain is. Because, hey, you're the last Jinchuriki, am I right? Kushina Uzumaki. As I glared at the red-haired woman. I'm sorry, she simply says. No, you're not. You knew. You simply knew what was going to happen, but you didn't do anything. And you, as turned towards the blonde man, you see the goddamn fox within me. And expected everything to go just fine, just dandy, thinking that the villagers would accept your wishes. I can't believe it. Naruto, No. You left me here to die. Left me here to deal with the pain. I was now growling at them simply. And you allowed it to go on for so long. Do you know what they did to me? And things that happened to me in general? I was messed up most of the times over by those damn villagers. Shinobi tried to kill me every day in my life. And every October 10th, it tripled. I was hunted down like some animal. Even worse, just recently, a few months ago, I got a fucking seal change because of your stupidity. Because now, ever since the 5-pronged seal's placed on me. My just in a mess. A bigger mess than I ever thought it was going to be. I thought the road of Hokage was going to be difficult, but I didn't know it was going to be such hell to deal with. And you left me here all alone to deal with it by myself. I was out the orphanage when I was only 5. Then had to go around in garbage cans looking for food. 2 years, 2.5 years I've been out on the streets. It hurts. And now I'm like this. I'm not even part human anymore. What do you mean, Christian Sepu says? You don't know? Then let me show you as the blonde Sepu changed into the beast. As growing larger in size, as they will all be shocked to see. As growling at the red-haired woman. As changing back into his normal form. That is what happened when that damn snake put that 5-pronged seal upon my seal. And now the fox is technically free. Free to roam my mind wherever it wants. It can't take its chakra back, but it can definitely control my mind when I'm in that state. I'm fighting for control every day. They're trying to control that damn bloodline that I got recently. And you made it worse. I hate this. And I hate you. As the blonde was walk past and stay on my way. I don't need you guys anymore. I think it's best that I don't even know who you are in general. As you continue to walk past them, as Christian was like, Naruto. As the blonde would simply be gone. As Naruto would say, I need to check the seal. I'm going to check the seal again, aren't I? You're going to check the seal, aren't you? You have to check the seal. You're going to have to. You need to. That beast, wolf thing that he changed into is not normal. I know. I'm going to have to check it. I'm sorry. You're going to need to. You don't have a choice, Minato. This is why our family's so broken. We left our elders behind. I understand. I'm sorry. As he would simply say, you're gonna take the Hokage spot. I have to give Uzumaki name to somebody. Menma's not gonna want it because he wants it in for Hokage. Mito's gonna have to take the Namikaze. Naruto, she has to compete for her brother to take the name for the Uzumaki clan head. What are we gonna do? Something.